Okay, welcome everybody to today's webinar where we're going to be talking about BombBomb and Realvolve. Hopefully you can see us all here. I've got Mark Stepp from Realvolve CIO. Most of you probably know him very well. Also on the webinar with us today is Steve Pacinelli. I'll be doing an introduction in a little bit, and Steve's going to take over the webinar. I just wanted to let you guys know that we're planning on about 30 minutes here. The webinar is being recorded as well, so we will send out the recording afterward. In addition to that, Mark has created a YouTube video demoing the BombBomb integration into Realvolve, and so that'll be available to you as well. This should be on our training site very soon if it's not already there. And so we're working really hard on a lot of things. We're really excited about this BombBomb integration. We've got lots of other things coming up. I know there's lots of features that some of you have been requesting. We're getting so close to coming out with a lot more really cool stuff for you. BombBomb integration is something that's very close to my heart because I just came from BombBomb a few months ago. Actually, I was the vice president of sales for BombBomb for a couple of years and helped get them off the ground and was a part of creating the powerhouse that is now BombBomb.com. If you're not already currently using BombBomb, Steve's going to talk about how to get started with BombBomb toward the end. But just know that you can go and access a free trial of BombBomb at bombbomb.com/realvolve. Again, he's going to talk a little bit more about that here at the end of the webinar.
Yeah, and make sure you use the Realvolve tag because you get all the real estate content in that free trial. So it's key,
Right.
bombbomb.com/realvolve.
All right, so without further ado, and by the way, if anybody has any questions, we're going to be monitoring these questions, so don't be shy. We want to hear from you. Type questions in there, type in the chat, and we will get back to you as quickly as we can here on the webinar. And PowerPoint is not cooperating with me right now, so I am just going to close it down completely. It won't even let me escape. Okay. All right, so I wanted to show you guys the basics of the BombBomb integration. So if you're logged into your Realvolve account and you have a BombBomb account already, what you're going to do is you're going to want to go over here to your
We
integration.
still see the PowerPoint there, Dale.
Oh, I closed the PowerPoint, so you're probably just frozen.
There we go. It went away. So there it is.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so you can see BombBomb now?
Yeah, we got it.
Thank you, Steve. So basically what you want to do is inside your Realvolve account, you're going to go to your settings tab and you're going to go here to the integrations and it's asking you for this API key. This is mine, don't put that one in there. But what you do from BombBomb is you go to your profile up here in the top right corner and go to integrations, and it's the first thing you're going to see here is your API key. So all you got to do is copy that and paste it into Realvolve and hit save, and boom, you're done. You're now connected BombBomb with Realvolve. There's two main places that you can use BombBomb in Realvolve. And Steve's going to be talking a lot about why you should use video and when to use video. He's going to share a couple of strategies and tactics on using video in your real estate business. But I just want to show you first where you can use the BombBomb integration inside Realvolve. The first is going to be templates. So if I go into my template editor screen here, you'll notice because I've connected BombBomb, I have this BombBomb icon here in the compose window. And so I've created a couple here just to look at, but I'm going to go to one that doesn't have one now and show you the process. So I'm going to put a BombBomb video right here in this existing template. All I do is click on the icon. It's going to pull up a recorder. So I can record a video now or I can choose one. Because I'm already using my camera, I don't think it's going to let me use it, but I'm just going to hit insert video. This is one I just recorded earlier today. And that's it. Now that video is in here. Now this is an animated preview of the video. It makes it look like I have to click on this in order to hear the audio. It's a really cool feature BombBomb rolled out a little while ago. So now if I preview this, this is what it's going to look like in the inbox of the recipient. It's going to be the preview of me along with all of my other content that I had in that preview. So all the recipient has to do is click play, and it's going to start playing that video right in the context of where I've sent them that email. So it's really cool. So that's the first way you can do it. And you'll see I've got, here you go. I've got, I just have, if I've got a template that's already done, all I have to do is click on the bomb and add that video in there. So that's the first way. So now I'm going to go to a contact. So I'm just going to pull myself up here. And again, I've got that BombBomb icon right there, handy, accessible. I'm going to click on that bomb icon, and it's pulling up an email, and it's going to pull up a video recorder. Again, because I'm using my camera already, I can't show you the live record feature, but just bear in mind that this right here, I could record a brand new video and it would take me seconds to do it. And then I could just choose one of these that I've already recorded, and it puts it right there in my email. Pretty slick. So if anybody has any questions about that, feel free to put them in the chat or in the questions area there, and we'll get to them right away. There's a lot of really cool things you can do with video, and we have a couple of ideas that we wanted to share with you. So I want to turn the time over to Steve Pacinelli. He's the Chief Marketing Officer at BombBomb. And if you guys don't know who Steve Pacinelli is, he is, I'd call him an institution in real estate. And I lost your bio. I had your bio right here in front of me, and I lost it. But, Steve's been working, I don't know, 15 years, I think, in real estate. Here it is. I got it, Steve.
All right.
I got it.
Please don't read the bio. Please don't.
Well, so I just wanted to, I'm not going to read the whole bio, but I just wanted to say, Steve co-founded Tech Savvy Agent years ago. He's currently the Chief Marketing Officer at BombBomb. I know a lot of you are familiar with Steve. I had the privilege of working with Steve. I consider him a wealth of knowledge, but more so, he is just one of the best human beings you will ever run across. He's very smart when it comes to following up with people, understanding the psychology of lead conversion, of sales, of marketing, and of course, he's been really heavily involved in writing content and researching sales strategies in the real estate industry for 15 years now. So without further ado, I want to turn the time over to Mr. Steve Pacinelli, and I will give you control here.
That was the best introduction I've ever had, Dale.
How much did you pay for that one?
Yeah. Well, thanks, Dale, and thanks, Mark, for having me on the webinar here today. I want to go through, and obviously Dale did the BombBomb Realvolve demo right there, but I also want to go through and kind of go through the why of video, because a lot of people have a misconception of what video is and how it should work, because they think of video as a commercial or as a produced piece or something that requires a high-end digital SLR or high-end tools and equipment. And the video that you're going to be using in Realvolve and the video that you're going to be using in BombBomb isn't anything like that. There's a shiny and authenticity inversion that happens. The shinier and the more produced the video is, the less believable and the less connection it will have with its audience. And you can actually see this. I have a bunch of slides that goes through this concept of how advertisers like Coca-Cola and Levi's, they're actually using degraded video and degraded content because it connects with their audience more effectively. And so the type of videos that we're going to be talking about, and I'm going to show you examples of here, these are simple videos. These are videos with your webcam like I'm using right now, or holding your phone up. These aren't produced. You don't need to worry about fancy lighting equipment. You don't need to worry about having a high-end camera, because these videos are for communication, not for marketing. They're more akin to a voicemail, less of a commercial. So just like you would leave a voicemail 30 seconds off the cuff, off the top of your head, that is what these videos are all about. But the power of video is so immense, because when someone can see you and they can hear you, it's why I like to be on video during a webinar, so you can see and hear the passion I have, not only for BombBomb and our product, but for what we're talking about. And when someone can see you and hear you and listen to the inflection, in your voice, you are so much more persuasive. And if you're using Realvolve, the workflows in Realvolve are unlike anything I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, we're paying thousands and thousands of dollars for these high-end marketing automation systems that don't have the flexibility that Realvolve has. And so it's absolutely amazing. And when you have these workflows for following up with your past clients and finding out who's ready to maybe move again or who you should follow up with or talk to, having video as a part of those workflows will help you immensely, because video will help you get replies and responses. And that's what it all comes down to. We're forced to communicate in a different way today because we're communicating through social, we're communicating over email. And if you think back 15 years ago, the way you communicated was fundamentally different, right? It was fundamentally different. You didn't communicate over email as your primary form. You didn't see what people are doing on social media. You communicated face to face. And so bringing video back in and allowing people to see you and hear you makes you more persuasive overall, and is a great addition to Realvolve, a great addition to responding to leads, and just a great addition to building your relationship. So this is what we're going to go over here today. I'm going to give you some examples of how you can be your best self on camera. You always want to be your best self. How can you do that on camera? Because I can't see the questions or anything, but just type into the questions box there if you have a fear of being on the camera, because that will tell me how much I should go over talking about ways to overcome your fear of being on camera. So if you guys can just let me know, is there a lot of people out there that just don't like to be on the camera? They aren't comfortable doing it, because we'll cover that. But we're also going to share with you 5 opportunities where saying it through video says it better than a text-based email. And it can be a pre-recorded video, or it can be an off-the-cuff video like Dale was showing you right there. So that's what we're going to talk about. Are we getting any responses yet?
We are. We're getting several people. We have one here that says, I want to let you know that we've had BombBomb for 4 years, and my husband has not done a video. Since using Realvolve integration, he's done 41.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. I was going to say, thank you for the donations for the past 4 years, but that's what's so important. It's, BombBomb tries to work itself into your daily habits and your workflow, and obviously Realvolve was a habit for that person, and having BombBomb into their daily workflow makes it much easier to do it that way. So great stuff. While we're waiting for more answers to come through, I want to direct your attention to this screen here, because Dale mentioned the animated previews that appear when you create a video in Realvolve and when you create it in BombBomb on your mobile app. And this is a powerful way to get more engagement, to get people engaged in watching your video and to improve your replies and responses. Here's an example of 2 emails that we send out during our 14-day free trial when someone signs up for BombBomb. A lot of you guys are actually going to get this email if you sign up for the free 14-day trial with BombBomb. And you'll see that we use those animated previews with great success. Now, 2 of these emails, and here's 2 in that 14-day sequence. I have 2 on the screen. One has a little whiteboard with a little customized message and a little bit of movement and animation, and the other is just me speaking on camera. Guess which one has a 3 times higher play rate from our statistics that we've gathered so far? It's the one with the neat little animated preview. It's the one that reaches out to the audience and begs them to click on the video. These animated previews are so powerful to do, and I want to make sure that everyone knows how to do them. Because if you're going to set up a workflow in Realvolve, or you're going to go into a contact record and you're going to send out a one-to-one video to someone that just closed on their home last week and you want to see how they're doing 1 week later, or you want to send a video to a new lead that's in your Realvolve system and you want to follow up with them, one of the best things that you can do is write their name on a whiteboard. And my whiteboard is so beat up right now, it's like falling apart. You can see I use it a lot. But if you write that person's name on the whiteboard and write important details for Dale or important details for Mark on that whiteboard, and you do that little pullback in the first 3 seconds of your video, there's a few things that happens in their brain. Number one, they instantly recognize that this isn't a mass email, that it didn't go out to 40 other people. Number two, just like when you hear your name, your name is the sweetest sound to your ear. When someone sees their name handwritten, there is an emotional tie that just makes them want to click that video and hear what you have to say. And so these animated previews are going to be your best friend. And the way that it works is it takes the first 3 seconds of your video and it loops it. So think about that when you're creating your videos and you're sending them out of Realvolve. The first 3 seconds, what can you do to make your video so enticing that someone wants to click on it? So don't squander that opportunity. Is anything you guys would add, Dale? I know, Dale, you've been working with the previews for a while, or Mark? Anything that you've seen? Mark, you're doing the previews?
Yeah, I've been using the previews, and they're amazing whenever you compare the video part versus just a standalone thumbnail. It's a world of difference on the open rates and click-through rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the thing that I love about BombBomb as a product, one of the best things about it is that their marketing team and their development team work hand in hand to run experiments all the time. So they don't just make assumptions about what works really well. What Steve was sharing about the preview, the animated preview experiment, they do that across the board with everything. So they're testing subject lines, they're testing keywords in messages, they're testing the format of the previews, the resolution of videos. I mean, they're testing everything. So you can always rest assured that BombBomb produces the best possible product for you to communicate with your customers and your clients, and especially with new leads that don't know you yet. What a fantastic way to introduce yourself to somebody. I don't know of a better way than with a smile, and that animated preview is really key for that.
It adds such a personal piece to it. I mean, you don't get that through just a normal email, either text or even just a photo that stays there. With that animation, you see the smile, you see the inflection of that person right there in the video.
If you have a lead conversion workflow, I would say this is the best first touch would be an email with a video in it. But you could also put a link to a video in a text message as well. I would say that's the best thing you can do along with the phone call as a first touch, that BombBomb video.
Yeah. And it's funny, Mark, that you brought that up. You know, if Mark were to send the audience, someone in the audience, you an email, and it was a text-based email, and I were to send an email, Mark's text is indistinguishable from my text. There is no personalization to Mark's text on the screen. It gives you no insight into who Mark is, and most of us aren't the best writers in the world, but we're great when we get face-to-face, we get in front of people. That's why realtors, they always want to be in front of people, because that's when you do your best business, right? And so I give this example sometimes in some of my presentations. You know, my dad, he signs his name in this really funny way, and he writes DAD. He writes me letters all the time and writes DAD, but he puts hair on the D and a little eyes and ears, and it makes a face out of the dad name. And I show that during my examples, and I say, how many people feel like they know a little bit more about my father? And the whole audience would be like, yeah, he's funny. Like, and everyone will say all these different things of what they can glean from just that signature from my father. And then I say, you want to see how a signature looks in a email? And then it just says DAD, and it's plain text, just like the text that you see on the screen. And you can't tell anything about my father from that text. And that's the real power of video. One more tip I just want to give you on the screen before we get into the 5 best times to use video. You can see in both of these, if you're going to put together workflows in Realvolve and you're trying to drive engagement and you want people to watch that video, this is a phenomenal tactic and strategy to use. Notice how we have 3 things, you know, like how to get your videos played, the top 3 ways, or 3 times video email wins over plain text. We're going to go over 5 today, not 3. But you list those 3 out, you leave the last one open to drive that video play, and you provide more information about tip 1 and 2, or so, like maybe you create a workflow, 3 things buyers need to know before they buy a home, and you list 1 and 2 on your Realvolve workflow in that email, and then the third one says watch the video above to learn about the most important one, and then maybe you do the whiteboard, you know, the third tip is the best, or something like that. That's why we get a 3 times higher play rate with the email on the left than we do on the right. So you can be super creative with your video and text. texts.
That's
But
awesome.
let's move on to, oh, go ahead.
That's awesome. And whenever you're doing that, just as a question here, I mean, we've got a couple people that they're talking about fear of their own voice. They don't like the sound of their voice. Do you have?
We're going to cover that.
You're going to cover that. Great.
We're going to cover that.
Wait for that. Good.
Yeah, so I'll go through the 5 examples quickly, and we'll get right to the fear, because we know that that's the number one thing. It's hard if you're not used to seeing and hearing yourself. So I'm going to give you a couple easy and quick tips there for you that should get you over that fear and that anxiety of doing that. So the five great opportunities to use video. Throughout your day, if it's not a part of your daily habits and your day-to-day workflow and your framework, you might not recognize the opportunities to use video where video is going to give you a better result. So I wanted to identify those opportunities here for you. And the first one is whenever you want to share gratitude with someone. If you type up an email to say thank you so much for doing that, and then you sit there and you debate on whether you use 3 exclamation points or 2 exclamation points or all caps, like how can I really convey that I'm grateful? You can forget all of that because they can see it and hear it in your voice. And a 15-second video, that's all you need for a thank you video. Hey Dale, I just wanted to reach out, and I wanted to take the time, and this is a great phrase to use, by the way, for everyone. I wanted to take the time to send you a personal video to truly thank you for what you've done for BombBomb and our company. Because Dale did a great job building BombBomb and helping us get to where we are. Something like that. I want to take the time out of my day because the perception is to the person receiving that, wow, they recorded a video? Oh my God, it seems like you did so much more than just type out text when it's actually faster. And you don't need to worry about having it 1 minute long. Keep your videos short and sweet. 15 seconds is all it takes, and say, hey, that's all. I was thinking about that this morning. I just wanted to reach out and thank you again. I hope you're having a great day. Done. So we sometimes try to make video harder than it actually is. If you think about it as a voicemail, less of a commercial, I think you'll be just fine. So these are all the great opportunities when you can reach out and when you can say thank you, and you can actually add these thank you opportunities into your Realvolve workflows. So after a transaction, you probably have a workflow built for that, for follow-up, or during the sale of someone's home or the purchase of a home. You probably have a workflow in your Realvolve for that. What if you added a video in that looked like this? And this is going to be choppy, by the way, but you should be able to hear it and get a good idea of what this video looks like.
Congratulations! Congratulations! Just wanted to let you know that your copy of registration is down below. Everything went well at Land Titles this afternoon. Your home has been registered, and we'll talk to you soon.
Congratulations. So that's it, right? But guess what? That was pre-recorded. That could be added into a workflow saved. You don't even have to worry about it. And it's anticipated, well, not necessarily anticipated. They might not anticipate a video like that, but it's timely and relevant. And even though that's pre-recorded, because it went out, and because your workflow is set up for that video to go out at the opportune time, they will never know the difference. So even pre-recorded thank you videos, as long as you can somehow tie it into an event or something like that, can work really, really well for you.
And you know what, Steve? I created a little sample video where I pre-recorded a video saying thank you to somebody, but when I was building the workflow, I selected to send the message manually with preview. So if I don't have time to record a customized thank you message, I've already got a thank you message in the can. And so I can just check the box and run it. Or I can edit the email and add an even better thank you when I have the time and when I'm, when my hair's done, having a good hair day. I can record a custom, beautiful thank you, heartfelt message to send out to them. So that's a really good synergy between the pre-recorded message and the workflow with preview.
Yeah, the preview, that feature in Realvolve, it blows my mind. That is one of the most awesome features I've ever seen in a sales and marketing automation and a CRM program. And you guys aren't really a CRM because you go above and beyond what CRMs do. It's one of the best features I've ever seen, and that's a great use case example of what Dale just described. I am way over on time. We only have like 5 minutes, so let me crank through some of these others so we get to the how to be comfortable on camera. Pre-recorded videos, we just talked about that. You can add those into your Realvolve workflows. If you have YouTube content that's training on the buying or selling process or neighborhood content, you can actually take that content and download it and add it into your BombBomb and work that educational content into your workflows too. So pre-recorded content's great. We mentioned this one earlier, so I'll be one. A new lead, cold prospecting, first introduction. There is no better way than to do it on a video, to give someone a chance to form an opinion about you. There's a lot of studies out there that show that someone doesn't truly gauge how trustworthy you are until they see your face. You know, through thousands of years of evolution, we got really good at gauging trustworthiness of other people by their mannerisms, the way they talk, the way they sound, the way they act. And you know how we got really good at that? Because if you weren't good 1,000 years ago, you died. so we got really good at making relationships and working with other people and knowing who is trustworthy or not. And so video allows you to show that you're trustworthy right off the bat in that first interaction. So cold prospecting is absolutely fantastic. Let me jump to the next one here as well. Checking in with a non-responsive lead or a lead that you lost touch with or you want to see what's going on works extremely well. I want to share this one example here before we get to the tips, because this example is one of my favorites. It's easy to say no to text on the screen. It's hard to say no to a smiling face. And that you're humanizing yourself. Here's a video that Ken Mucha sent out to one of his prospects at the time. He talked with them before. He's just checking in, just following up. As you can see, it's a 20-second video in a second. You'll be able to see that. But I want you to try to look to see what about this video is so special that made this person respond to Ken and write a full email about how awesome he is. What did he do so well in this video? I challenge you to find what he did in these 20 seconds.
Michael, hi, Ken Muta, Buyer Specialist. Hi, Desert Realty here in Bend, Oregon. Thanks for visiting the website. Just wanted to reach out if you have any questions on any properties or changes to your search. Please let me know. I'll take care of that for you immediately. Also, provide me an update if you're planning on visiting the area in the next few weeks or a few months, so I can plan ahead, put you on my schedule, and show you property while you're in town. Thanks for your time. Have yourself a great day.
All right, so I'll pretend I can hear you. What do you think was so effective about this video? Because honestly, a lot of you are probably looking at it and saying, I don't know. That doesn't seem that special to me, Steve. It doesn't. I can't pick anything special out. Well, you know what? It's not just about what you say. It's about, and unfortunately I have blank walls behind me here, but it's about your surroundings too. You can pick up so much more information about that person. And here's the email that Ken got back from that client after he worked with them. Your videos were a major reason why I chose you to have you as a realtor. After watching your first video, then reading reviews from your customers, I had this comfortable feeling I was doing business with a friend. I love seeing your kids' art posted on the walls. And then they go on to compare his kids with their kids when they were younger. You did all the little things right. That is what it's not tangible. That's the power of video right there. It's not what he said. It was that little drawing in the background, the princess drawing. That's what connected him with that lead and made them want to work with Ken. That's the opportunities you have when you're using video. The final way to use BombBomb, and great times to use it, holidays and special occasions. This is a really quick video. We'll close out and then we'll get to the tips right now.
Hi, Allison and Dario. I just wanted to send you a quick video email wishing you a very happy and healthy Thanksgiving. I hope you're enjoying your family and the girls tomorrow. And I'm just thinking of you. I'm thankful to have you guys in my life, getting to know you in the neighborhood. And
so I'll just skip ahead. Saying thanks, being appreciative. A lot of people, it's a lot of agents, it'll be Thanksgiving, they'll say, oh, I need to send out my Thanksgiving email, and it's a checkbox that they want to check off. It's done, yes. So their goal was to send out the email so it can be done so they can check it off their box, not to actually get replies. If you're looking to drive engagement and get replies, then 20 seconds to send, you do 10 a day, and you do it the 2 weeks before, you do 10 of those emails every day, 20 seconds long, and you bring up something personal. I hope the kids are doing okay. Watch how many replies you get. So it's what your goals are. Are you trying to check off a box, or are you really looking for engagement? Do you want to hear from people? Those short videos will do it for you, and they're powerful, powerful tools to use in your arsenal. All right, so 5 tips for better video. Anything I'm missing so far? Anything you guys want to chime in on? I know I'm just going a mile.
No,
All right.
No, everything's awesome.
Okay, so let me give you my 5 best tips for, and actually a few more, for better video. Number 1 is just practice. You're not going to be great right off the bat. Send a couple videos to your friends or your family members so you can just get comfortable being on camera if you've never done these types of videos before. Number 2, set your camera at or above eye level. No matter how much you work out. It's this part right here. If you ever watch kids record themselves, they're always like this, recording themselves. They know how to record themselves the best. They record themselves every day. Camera at or eye level will make you feel more comfortable with the way that you look on camera, because no one looks good from this perspective. Nobody looks good like that. So camera at or above eye level is tip number 2. This third one sounds like a logical tip, and it sounds like something that you would do. But when you start recording yourself, you're going to have the tendency to watch what? You, not the lens of the camera. Yeah, you're going to watch yourself, and it's hard. You have to, like, I had to tell myself in the beginning, because you want to make sure you look okay, you want to make sure you sound okay, and you're watching it. But then if you're doing it on your phone or on your laptop, it always looks like you're looking like down and away or over to the side. You want to look directly at the camera lens, because that is the eye of your customer, of your prospect, etc.
And especially
don't use it,
Steve, on that. I know several of our agents have multiple screens, and I'm as guilty of it as anything. If I'm running one thing on one screen and something else on another screen, I may be looking at the wrong thing. So focus in on that camera is so important.
Yeah. Scripting. Notice how the videos that you saw here today, they weren't really scripted. As soon as you have a script and you try to memorize something, you lose that human connection. That connection when you pause and you think and you smile for a brief moment. Those are the opportunities that people are going to have that transfer of emotion and connect with you. It's okay to say or ah a few times, in your video, because that's what you would do if you were in a real life conversation with someone face to face. Real life conversations face to face aren't scripted. So what we do recommend to do in your videos is think about the 1 or 2 or 3 points you want to make in that video, and just have 3 bullet points, and then your call to action at the end. Or 1 bullet point. Hey, I just wanted to reach out and say thanks. So say thanks, and then the call to action after the thank you message. So just think about it in terms of bullet points and let it fly. Let it go. Your personality is going to shine through, not when you look robotic saying, hi, and thank you for checking out our website. We hope you get everything you need by XYZ Realty. Not good. Not good. Know where your light is. People want to see you, so put the light in front, so rather than behind, so you're not a shadow character. And that one's pretty simple. A few quick tips, and we'll close this out and we're done. Or a few final tips, I should say. I kept saying that, or I keep saying that. But these are some great tips, and these are some great books and people to follow here too. One of my, I wouldn't say my favorite book, but like top 10 books, How to Get People to Do Stuff by Susan Weinschenk is a fantastic, fantastic book. And Presence by Amy Cuddy. And I'm kind of taking tips from both of these books and putting them together here. But if you think about your videos, you want to be persuasive in your videos. And I don't know if you ever worked in like inside sales where you're in rows of other sales members and you're just dialing and dialing and dialing people. And if you ever had one of those jobs before in the past, what do they always tell you to do before you pick up the phone and dial? Smile. What do they tell you to do? Yeah, smile before you dial, right? Same thing with video. Sit there, think about something that makes you absolutely happy and excited. If you're not good at smiling, during your videos, after a while you won't have to do that, but think about something that you're really grateful and happy about and smile for 15 seconds and watch the difference that it makes in your videos. It's even more important than smiling while dialing because they see you in your videos. So that's a great tip. We already beat that horse to death, a long message for short messages. Vary pitch and tone and volume. These are more advanced tips there. Just sending the video out is going to set you apart from everyone else. Practice will enable you to easily vary pitch and tone and volume and cadence. That's where you're going to be in the next step. But think about it. If you have a lead and that lead went to 3 other people and they all sent text-based emails and you sent a video, it doesn't matter if your video was bad. You instantly separated yourself from everyone else just because of the sheer fact that you sent video. 3 years from now, when everyone's sending video, you're going to have to be good at video. Now is a golden opportunity. You don't have to be good at video because no one's doing it. So you send out that video, you differentiate yourself, and in 3 years from now, when everyone else is jumping on the video bandwagon, you'll be using pitch and tone and volume, and you'll be a video expert. And then final tip here, just pause before and after an important statement or a question. So to recap,
Beautiful.
those are the 5 things, 5 opportunities for you to send video. Dale went over the Realvolve demo there. We gave you the link, bombbomb.com/Realvolve. This is a 14-day free trial, no credit card. I'm a sucker. I sign up for everything, and I punch in my credit card, and then like 3 months later, I'll forget that I signed up, and they're billing me. That won't happen. You can try it out truly for free. Try it out in your Realvolve. See if you like it. See the type of results that you will receive if you overcome your fear of being on the camera and just get on the camera. Once you get your first email back where someone is blown away by what you said, and even though you didn't think it was special, you're going to be a video person for life because it's a much better way to communicate. So what do you think, Dale? What do you think, Mark?
That was great, Steve. Put that slide back up there. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, so everybody hop on over to bombbomb.com/Realvolve if you have not tried BombBomb out. Even if you have tried it out before, if you don't have it and you're not using it in your business, this is my personal invitation to you to start using BombBomb. It will change the way you're communicating. And the synergy between, like Steve said, the synergy between BombBomb videos, especially pre-recorded BombBomb videos, and the Realvolve workflows is just incredible. People will feel like they know you. They will feel more familiar with you. They will like you better. They'll like you more. I promise. It's science. So get out there, do bombbomb.com/Realvolve, start a 14-day free trial. If you have any questions at all about BombBomb, they have a fantastic support team as well. You can call them, email them, or chat with them anytime, and they can help you with any questions. They'll probably even help you set up the Realvolve integration if you need help.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so if anybody had any final questions, just make sure you put them in there, and we'll get to your questions. And we'll probably be doing some other BombBomb, more in-depth workshop type webinars coming up, so stay tuned for that. If anybody has specific questions about BombBomb and Realvolve, you can email me right now, dale@realvolve.com. I'm happy to get to those questions right away. Thank you so much, Steve. Any final thoughts, Mark or Steve, before we let everybody go?
Not at this point for me, no. The only question that we didn't really cover is how much after the free trial, and I think that.
Yeah, we can cover that. So you can pay monthly, or you can pay for the year up front. And BombBomb starts monthly at $49, or you can get in for $468 for the year. You save a significant amount if you do pay for the year up front. And we only gave you a small snippet of what BombBomb does. I wanted to tie it into Realvolve, of course, because just the Realvolve integration is immensely powerful and worth what we're asking right there. But BombBomb is also on your mobile device. If you're a Gmail user, we have an amazing Gmail. I know, and Realvolve works with Gmail, and so it's just another way we tie in together. Our Gmail extension is phenomenal, and it will enable you to not only record videos in your Gmail, but schedule emails, get tracking and analytics on your videos in Gmail and in BombBomb, and have pre-written snippets of text that you can drop into your emails, so you don't have to type things a bunch of times over and over again into your Gmail account. So there's a lot of other things that we can do, from mass emailings and landing pages and all sorts of things. So yeah, give it a shot on the trial there, and let us know what you think of the integration, because this is definitely one of the cooler integrations that we've put together, and that Rebecca and the BombBomb team and the Realvolve team put together.
Thanks so much, Steve. Again, we're going to send out the recording to those that registered for the webinar. We also have a YouTube video detailing the integration and kind of with some instructions there. Shoot me an email if you have questions, dale@realvolve.com. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
See ya.
guys. Bye.